Hello, everybody, and welcome to our weekly Essential Island Living team call. I know a few more people will be popping on, but we are really trying to stay true to time and get started with our product spotlight at 8:30 on Wednesdays so that we can keep it to 15 minutes and then move on into our business portion. So before we get started, let's go ahead and do our oil protocol for the night. So please grab an oil that is calling to you, that's speaking to you tonight. Go ahead. I have a wild orange cardamom mix that I love to use. Take 3 big inhales. And go ahead and if you feel like it, repeat after me. I am doing the best that I can. I am doing the best that I can. I am doing the best that I can. All right. Okay. Welcome everyone. So tonight we have, hi Michael. Tonight we have a really exciting team call. Aisha is going to be sharing with us about the Turmeric Dual Chamber Capsules. And for those of us that are builders and sharers, Fraser has agreed to let me do a little interview with her tonight about her doTERRA journey so far. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and Aisha's awesome PowerPoint. And then you can go ahead and unmute yourself and take it away.
All right. I kind of thought that my picture would disappear too, but I forgot that's not the case. Anyways, that's okay. All right. Should we just get started? Okay. Next slide. Okay, so tonight I'm going to be talking about Turmeric, the Dual Chamber Capsules, one of the new products that doTERRA just released. So the Dual Chamber Capsules, let's just jump right in. There's 2 layers to it, right? So we have the outer layer, which is comprised of that lighter, kind of almost clear area, and that is made up of the essential oil part of the capsule. And then you have that darker yellow goldish section of it, and that layer is the botanical extract of turmeric. And these 2 work together to provide better absorption. So doTERRA is actually the first to create a single capsule with 2 of the main constituents of turmeric in them. So this creates a unique synergy, and we'll talk more about the constituents in each of them and how them coming together really benefits us and works better for our body. Okay, next. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly and hopefully not too in-depth, cover turmeric extract, which is where curcuminoids are found, and then the turmeric oil, which is where the turmerones are, and then the combination of the 2 and how and why they work together better. All right, so first up, turmeric, the turmeric root has a number of molecules that benefit the body, but the 2 that we're focused on are curcuminoids and turmerones. So curcuminoids are the puffy orangey, darker orange part that you're seeing here, and they are the antioxidant properties that you find in turmeric. They also support a healthy inflammatory response. And then the turmerones are actually the aromatic compounds, so they're the small aromatic compounds known for their neuroprotective benefits. And that's what the essential oil comes from. Okay. So turmeric extract is where curcuminoids are found, and they are very important in helping our body fight against free radicals. For those of you who don't know what free radicals are, they're basically like unstable molecules in your body that can cause damage to the surrounding cells and then also the proteins and your DNA. So that's a really heavy and like important part of that the curcuminoids help with. And they also have a role in protecting against oxidative damage. And then I listed a few other things on the slide here that just kind of show a little bit more. So it supports joint and bone health and cognitive function, antioxidant capacity in the body. So a number of things that help us are provided through the curcuminoids. So next up, we have the turmeric essential oil, which is where we find our tumerones. I'm not sure if you're, never mind. Okay, so the tumerones are where the neuroprotective quality comes from. And it's also been found, you can read the other benefits that we have here, but the main thing we're focusing on is that the turmeric essential oil and the tumerones found in there are able to help our body absorb curcuminoids a lot better. So in the next slide we see here, the combination of the two of them are able to, I guess I should start with the fact that curcuminoids aren't absorbed into the body easily, and so it's important that they're able to work together to provide these benefits to us. Sorry, I lost my track on my page, so now I'm a little bit lost. So the two different components of these are actually produced in very different ways. So the tumerones found in the essential oil can be distilled, but the curcuminoids are not going to be distilled into an oil form. So they're not going to turn into an essential oil, which means that in our oil we find heavy concentration of the tumerones, but not curcuminoids. And so many products on the market, the challenge that they're facing is that they have to make a choice between a high concentration of tumerones or a high concentration of curcuminoids. And when you go to the store, you can literally look on the back of the bottle and you'll see that fact as well. So what doTERRA was able to do is combine these two components together, both in high concentrations and with the right delivery system. That way they can actually maximize the benefits and the effectiveness of both of those different compounds that are found in the plant. So what they've created here is a very concentrated version of both of the important constituents of the plant within this one capsule. So that is revolutionary to what we're able to now consume and take in, and because they're able to work together synergistically to promote the absorption into the body. Is that summarized? Liza's
How to unmute myself. That was a lot of information. That's really, really powerful information. And I feel like so far people that have been sharing have been, no, you guys have been hitting at the park. Keisha last week did a really amazing job with Copaiba, and you tonight, I definitely feel like I actually grasp on to that a little bit more and connected with the constituents. And I want to go back and listen to it again. So thank you so much, Aisha, for sharing about the turmeric dual chamber capsules. Honestly, you guys, the big idea here is that doTERRA has done something that nobody else has been able to do. And kind of what Aisha talked about, you know, what a lot of companies face is this decision on which constituent they're going to focus on. And doTERRA now gives us the best of both worlds. And so they're really, truly, if anyone is taking turmeric or using turmeric, this is the product that they should be using. This is the product that they should be trying. And we know that a lot of people believe in Olena and the power of turmeric essential oil and the botanical extract. And so this is really revolutionary and pretty stinking amazing. So real quick, I was having a little bit of issues still, but I'm going to just pull up from the past one because it's the same. So just a reminder for us this month that there's this amazing 200 PV promotion, and the convention kit is still available, and the turmeric dual chamber capsules are in there. So we still have 8 days left in this month. I'm sure that this 200 PV promo is going to go away because holiday products will be released on November 1st. So definitely continue if you're just a user, a customer. Please be sure to take advantage of this promotion. It's not too late. And if you're a builder share, please be sure to share this with all your people. Another reminder to join us on Oahu. Can't believe this is here already. Saturday, October 26th, the Together Tour. It's not too late. We have officially hit 1,000 people for attendants that are registered. So please be sure to get your people registered. Only registered people will be able to get the free Together oil. If people aren't registered, they're not going to necessarily turn anybody away, but they won't get the free oil. So I'm really excited to be part of this, and our team will be running the kids booth there, and then I will be closing out the event as well. All right, so we are perfect on time. So we have a couple of minutes left. After we do a product share, we would love to have anyone share any successes, even just with the turmeric oil for yourself or from the customers, your customers. This is how we learn best. So if anybody has anything to share, please go ahead and just kind of give me a wave and I'll unmute you. No one dying to share tonight, huh? Okay. How many people are using the turmeric dual chamber capsules? Okay. Awesome. All right. That's super exciting. And we noticing a difference at all with them? I would imagine that people with, like how we kind of recommend Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex to people with chronic pain, this would be a amazing addition, and that extra support with reducing oxidative stress and the free radicals that we're just inundated with constantly, like Aisha talked about, make this really a truly remarkable product. So, all right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into our biz topic for tonight. And I switched it up a little bit, and I asked one of our team members if I could do a little bit of an interview with her tonight. And although, and you wouldn't believe it, although public speaking is actually one of her big how would you describe it? Things she doesn't like. She has totally agreed to do this. And I'm just excited for you guys to hear a little bit more about her story. So tonight, Fraser is going to go ahead and share with us. I'm going to ask her a couple of guiding questions, but really I just want her to share her journey with doTERRA with all of us. So let's all give her a quiet Zoom call, round of applause. I like Michael, her sister's like, yeah, Fraser. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, Frage, and we'll get this party started. Okay, first of all, thank you for being willing to be brave and doing this for us tonight. So I think first off, it's always important for people to hear sort of your background and what made you decide to actually get started with doTERRA.
So for me, my mom has been trying to get me to use doTERRA for years, and I always thought doTERRA and essential oils were like the dumbest thing ever. And I thought, like, people say that it can do all these things and that's impossible. So she would give me all these samples, give me these rollers, and I would just not use them, or I'd give them away, or they would sit away somewhere in my house, and I never wanted to use it because I really thought that it didn't work. But then I ended up having some medical issues. So I ended up having a tumor on my ovaries, and it was causing like really bad pain. I was bloated all the time. I was breaking out like crazy. And the doctor said, like, there's nothing that I can do for it besides give you acne cream. And I had to go in for ultrasounds to see if it was cancerous. So just like make sure. But I wanted to do something else besides acne creams because it wasn't helping. So I kept looking up what are some natural solutions for tumors on ovaries. And then doTERRA kept popping up. So I was like, I mean, I've already spent thousands of dollars on like every different acne thing you can think of. And I was like wasting all my money on this. So I guess I'll just buy it, whatever, I'll try it. And then I bought it. And then I bought clary sage, which helps with like balancing hormones, right? So I bought clary sage, rubbed it over my ovaries, and then I started noticing that my face was clearing up. I wasn't getting bloated. I wasn't having the pains. My acne was gone. And then I went in for another ultrasound, and it showed that the tumor on my ovary was gone. So from that experience, I was like, okay, I'm all for doTERRA. I love doTERRA. I want to share doTERRA with everybody. And that's what I do now. Yeah. So that's my doTERRA story.
I love that. No, that's a really, really powerful, it's a really powerful personal testimony. And I really appreciate and can connect to the beginning part, because we have to remember that a no now doesn't mean a no forever. And sometimes it just means that people have to get to a point in in their life where they're ready and needing, alternatives and other options. And Fraser actually has a really powerful story just about her pregnancy and her kids too, that led her even deeper into sort of the natural solutions world. And I know that if you haven't watched it, she's a big proponent of people watching the movie Stink. I know Tawny just finished watching it. It's on Netflix. Kate's giving a thumbs up that she watched it. If you have not watched that movie,
it's very eye-opening.
It's very disturbing. Yeah, it's very eye-opening. I mean, from everything to the clothing we wear, and just that we're inundated with hormone disruptors. And Stink. Stink.
Stink. S-T-I-N-K?
Yep, Stink.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I just want to ask real quick, because you had a lot of options for people that, I mean, obviously your mom wasn't doing it as a business, otherwise you would have enrolled with her, but I know that you have a lot of friends and family that also shared doTERRA. What was like your deciding factor to enroll on our team?
Yeah, so I had a lot of friends who kept asking me to come to classes, but of course, like, I was still at a time where I thought doTERRA was dumb. So I never wanted to go to anything. But then now that I was looking up natural solutions and it's popping up, I would still have my friends ask me. But when I would ask them specific questions, like what should I use for tumors on ovaries? What should I use for acne? It was always like a general answer. It wasn't really specific. And then Liza popped up in my DMs and was like, hey, I'm Liza. Let me know if you have any questions. How can I help you? And I was like, yeah, actually, I do have questions. What can I use for this? And she's like, you can use this and this. And I was like, okay, perfect. Like, I have finally found someone who knew what they were talking about, knew specifically how to help me, and they were willing. It wasn't like, use this, okay, now come to the class and enroll with me. It was, here's information, here's this, here's that. Like, she laid it all out for me, and she was really there to like help me. And it sounded like she like really cared, whereas other people sounded more like, just come to the class and enroll. Like, they just wanted my money type of a thing. Yeah.
I always appreciated, like, I remember when I asked you this question, because I kind of realized at a point, like, oh gosh, well, I don't know if I should say it, but like you had a kind of a family member, and I was like, oh my gosh, how come you didn't enroll with her? I'm so sorry. And you're like, no, I made this conscious choice. And just so you guys know, I don't really use social media to build my business really actively, but Fraser is someone that I met via social media. And so, don't discount the connections that can be made there. And but it really comes down to being of service and being willing to help people, and not just here's a kit for you to buy, but how do the products that we have support you, support your family, support their health goals. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what made you decide to do the business.
Well, I kind of already do it because I have another business already that I run on my own, which is all run through social media base. And Liza had reached out and said like, hey, I see you posting about the essential oils you're using all the time, and I love your posts. Why don't you do the business side? Like, have you thought about doing the business side? And I told her, I was like, I don't know. Like, I didn't want to have another business on top of my own already. But then people kept asking me questions. So they would come to me and ask like, what could I use for this? What's good for that? What are you using for this? And then I started seeing like people were interested in it. So then I was like, okay, I'll do the business side of it. Like, I'll see how it goes. But then when I jumped in and did it, I was kind of just waiting for people to come to me. Like, I wasn't doing the business correct. I was just waiting for people to come and say like, hey, I want to enroll. And that wasn't happening. It was more like people who were already enrolled were coming to ask me because the people who enrolled them weren't helping them. Yeah, makes sense.
That totally makes sense. I want you to, if you don't mind, elaborate a little bit more. I guess maybe what was a big lesson that you learned from that you kind of, because in the beginning when you decided and agreed to do the business, it definitely was a lot slower than where you're at right now. I know a lot of you guys are in the biz group, like Fraser and her entire team, her sister Michael is on here, are just blowing it up. And so what do you attribute in the beginning to be sort of a stumbling block or a barrier to helping you really grow your business?
I think, okay, like you would always tell me to jump on the Zoom calls, and I wouldn't at first. And it's because I was like shamed to be on Zoom. But then I finally went on, and then I was listening to it, and I was like, okay, if they can do this business, if Liza can do this business, and look, she's like diamond right now, then I can do it. Like, I'm already doing another business and I'm doing pretty good in that one. So I can build this business and I'm willing to do the work. So then I started being consistent with watching the Zoom videos, any type of training business things that were popping up with doTERRA. I was enrolling in all of them, watching all the videos, doing everything possible. So I put in more than just like the hour a day for doTERRA. Like, I've been putting in a lot of work, but it's because I'm trying to do like these 10 different trainings at one time. But at the same time, it's paying off. So I know as like once I'm done doing the trainings and I know exactly what to do, it'll be easier. But just right now, it's kind of crazy.
Well, you're doing an incredible job. You kind of mentioned that you were waiting for people to come to you. So what was how did you turn that around when you recognized that that wasn't actually being effective?
Yeah, I mean, because with my other business, it's literally I post something up, somebody buys it type of a thing. So that's how I thought I could do this business too, is I could post something about essential oils, someone will come and buy it, someone will come and enroll. And that's not how it was working. So I had to change my mindset. And once Liza came to Oahu and did a class with me, and I was able to see like, okay, I can do a class, because I hate public speaking. I hate it. But after doing the class, it's like, okay, I think I can do this. I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to do my best. I'm not good at it, but I'm going to try. And from then on, I was consistent. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do a class every 2 weeks. Now I'm doing a class every single week. Sometimes I'm doing 2 classes a week with one of my other builders. So I'm just trying to be consistent. I'm reaching out to people. I'm not waiting for people to come to me. I'm messaging people. I'm texting them. I'm calling them. I'm sending them invites constantly. So I'm constantly reaching out to others and asking others like, hey, I saw that you're having this problem. Would you like to try this? It's really helped my family and I want it to be able to help you too. And so I'm just constantly reaching out to other people to see like how I can be of service to others.
Everybody, you're going to have to come back to this part of that video and rewatch everything that Fraser just said. Okay? This is golden nugget after golden nugget after golden nugget. I taught one class. She hated public speaking. Taught one class. I'm guessing you still don't really like it. But the mindset was, if I want this, I'm still going to have to do it. I'm going to have to get over it. I'm going to have to do it. People are not going to come to me. I have to go to the people. I have to be of service to them. I have to be willing to step outside my comfort zone. You guys, Fraser has done things that I've never even done. She's walked up to the preschool that her kids attended and asked to teach a class there after school and had an essential oil class, at the preschool with all of the teachers. What I really appreciate, we were just texting today about something, and I made a joke like, she said, oh, I don't have that to sample. I said, don't sample her, she just needs to roll with it. And she goes, well, I've been working with her a lot, sharing a lot of information. So I'm going to switch it up with her. And I really want her to try to sample the products. She's not afraid to change what's working, like what's not working, and to just sort of be adaptable. And seriously, everything that she just said the last 2 minutes, go back and watch that all. So Fraser, what maybe if you had one piece of advice for everyone, even though you just gave a ton of awesome ones, okay, so I gotta go back because it's so like you cannot wait around in this business for people to do things for you. I mean, the making new contacts, the reaching out, the following up, the teaching classes. We provide a lot of support, but you guys, Fraser and her team are at a disadvantage. They're on Oahu. They don't have the access to in-person classes. And so I was in the same boat. I mean, Roz came and taught my first few classes, but after that, I had to make the conscious decision to just go forward and do the work. And so I really hope that you guys are hearing that. Not that we don't want you to take advantage of what we offer as a team, but ultimately this business and how successful you are in it comes down to your willingness to do the work and step outside your comfort zone and do the hard things and be willing to put yourself out there with people. And yeah, so if you had one piece of advice, Fraser, for everyone, what would it be?
I'd say set a goal, post it up somewhere, and work your hardest towards that goal. Because before I would just like say like, oh yeah, I want to be diamond one day. But once I had like, by the end of October, I want to be elite. By the end of October, I want to have 5 enrollments. Like once I had that down and I'm hitting the goal, then I can reach for my next goal. But when you can visually see your goal like out on your mirror or something every single day, then it just makes it feel like it's more attainable and you're going to push harder towards your goal. I'd say write your goal down and push as hard as you can towards it.
I love that. And, connect your goal to your why. Whether or not your why is written down, know the why that you're pushing for that. So a couple of things. I do want to give her a few plugs. If you don't follow Fraser, her Instagram page is fit_and_oily. Is that correct? Fit and oily?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like she does so many amazing things. She's very, very much a creative. She reminds me of Aisha in the sense of just this beautiful aesthetic when it comes to graphics and images. I mean, the two of them is just stunning to me. So she does some photography on the side as well. Her other business that she alluded to but didn't really talk about is Punahele Love, is her jewelry business. And so definitely go check her out on Instagram there. She has a ton of, right after she sort of started her essential oil jewelry, she's been debuting some gorgeous essential oil jewelry as well. So fit and oily, fit_and_oily, and Punahele Love on Instagram. So definitely go check her out and follow her. But it's so grateful that you trusted me on this journey, that you have just dove right in. And you guys, knowing what your goal is really great. And then what Fraser's doing though is she's doing the work, and all of the tools are available to you. I know she just enrolled in the daily mentor calls. I know she finished the sales guide training. But it's really, we have all of the tools to help guide us on what to do. We just really need to get out there and do the work and hold ourselves accountable to it. If you are not yet having a mentor call and you want to have a mentor call, I have started doing mentor calls with 5 of my leaders. Please reach out to the person that is your person. You should know who that is. If you don't, ask me, I can tell you. But mentor calls once depending on really what you want, but I would say a minimum of 1 to 2 times a month. We're just using this success check-in from doTERRA. You can Google doTERRA success check-in. It comes right up. But even if you're not having a mentor call, utilize this sheet as a way to keep track of the action items that you're performing every week to help you reach your goals. Because no matter how big or small your goals are in the business, you have goals and you need to be doing action items to be getting there. Anything else, Fraser, you want to share with us? Anything at all?
I'll see you Saturday.
Awesome. No, I'm so excited that this event is here. And I hope it's okay with you, Fraser. So she still has half of her goal left, which is to enroll 5 people this month. Currently, she and somebody else has 3 enrollments, I should know, has 3 enrollments this month. And she hit executive and elite all in 1 month. And her sister Michael is on this call as well. And Fraser's goal is to be diamond in a year. And I told her that if her and her 3 builders are committed and they're capable, I know they're capable, and they are consistent. I hope you guys heard her say that word too, that she could easily, I don't want to say easy because it's not easy to hit diamond, but she could hit that goal. And that's really all it comes down to. And she's prioritizing it. And I loved it. She sent me a text the other day saying, I just added up all my doTERRA checks for this month and it was X amount of dollars. Why didn't I do this sooner? So really, we all reap the rewards of what we sow, and there will be ebbs and flows in this business, and it's always going to be how you continue to push forward and come out on top. So I'm looking forward to seeing you, Fraser, and I have no doubt that with all the people that you guys are inviting over there on Oahu, and with your class on Sunday that we're going to have as well, that you're going to lock down those last 2 enrollments and probably a few more. So anybody have any questions for Fraser? I'll give you a little think time. If you do, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
I just wanted to say awesome job, Fraser. Like way to rock it, because it isn't easy, and it is a lot of times very uncomfortable and not really natural for us, maybe the way we were raised or whatever, but awesome job to just run with it, like take it and run. And it's Liza's the best support, as you know, and so great job using her while she's on Oahu.
And every time she comes, I have to schedule a class.
Well, and I say it all the time. I mean, we're willing to come up there and support you guys, more. But what I appreciate, and Fraser told me this, and I have no problem saying, because I know how much he supports me, but there's only so much support that you can give any person. And honestly, Kate and Kanani and I sort of built out together. And so Fraser's helped me to see where a lot of holes for myself as a leader have been, and have allowed me to step into that and recognize how I can help support her, because I can't remember what you said, but it was so on, and like you said, like, I don't mean anything bad by it, but there were certain things that I wasn't doing for her. One, I hadn't really done them before, to be honest. And two, with the distance. But it was like, she wasn't going to just sit there and be like, well, Liza isn't doing this for me or isn't supporting me in this way. I'm just going to go out there and do the work. Do you remember what it was that you said? I can't remember exactly.
We're talking something about like how, like the things that you gave me to start with, and how it wasn't like, she didn't give me all of the booklets, all of the different guides. Like, she gave me like the things to start off with, and from there I went out and bought everything and did everything that I need to do. I didn't wait for her to send me everything and give me everything.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it was. So I just really appreciate you sharing your story here tonight. Anybody else? Any questions for Fraser? No. And you know what I love? Because I feel like sometimes I feel this pressure of like, Liza. And you know what Fraser said tonight? If Liza can do it, I can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I mean, I feel like that's one of those cliche types of things that people say and people are like, yeah. But it's true, you guys. I mean, we all have circumstances. We have family, other jobs. We have, X, Y, and Z. But if you want it enough, you'll make it happen. And it took me 5 years to make diamond. It'll take Fraser 1 year to make diamond, right? So, or I guess 2 years from when she started. So, all right. Well, if no one else has any other questions for her, I would love to just give her like a big on your screens, like.
Thank you.
But really celebrate you. Comparison is the thief of joy. And I don't do this because it's like, be exactly like Fraser. Be you, but know that ultimately the rewards of your business, the outcomes that you want, are only going to be a result of your work. I mean, that's the bottom line. We can have as many mentor calls and business trainings, and you can do a Lisa V and Sales Pro and everything under the sun. But if you don't ever do the actual work, then, you just have to be willing to really dig deep and be reflective about that kind of stuff. So, okay. Well, that is our business call for tonight. Is anybody else? Tessie is on here for the first time. Tessie has 2 enrollments this month, long time oil user, and finally decided to do the business and has 2 enrollments this month. So great job. And just great job, everybody. Thank you for showing up. Like, we show up because you guys show up, and we love and appreciate everything that you guys do. And we are truly here to support you. But we want to just continue to help to push you outside of your comfort zones a little. And listen, I've been pushed out of my comfort zone this last month and a half, stepping up, doing these mentor calls, recognizing how I need to really up level as a leader. It never ends. And so, yeah, I just hope that you got a lot out of Fraser's sharing tonight. I know that I did. I got a ton out of Aisha's product information. And you know what? Even though we don't have a ton of customers logging in for it, and I would like to see that change, I think it's really important for us as leaders. It's really great that, one, we're taking the time to prepare these presentations so that we become more, able to talk about the products. And then 2, making time to get product information, right? It works both ways. So in the next coming months, we're going to kind of do this by teams. So I don't know if Kanani told her team yet, but next month in November, Kanani's team will be in charge of the product portion in the beginning. You do not have to do a PowerPoint if you don't want to. Okay. Slides are nice, but if you want to talk about a product for 5 minutes, that's perfectly okay too. You don't have to prepare that. But Kanani's team will be in charge of that, and so she'll be asking some of you guys who will be willing to share what products. We have decided that the first call of every month will probably be the product of the month. It just makes sense that we learn about whatever the product of the month is. And then last week I had asked Keisha to do Copaiba because it's part of the 200 PV promo, and so we will kind of do it like that. But then towards the later part of the month, like where we're at now, you can talk about any product or oil really that you want, just maybe one that hasn't been covered in the last, couple months for the call. So we're going to start this new thing, and then 1 month will be Keisha's team, 1 month will be Aisha's team, 1 month will be Kate's team, and so forth. And we're going to keep kind of going at it like that. So I hope that you all are willing to take a risk and maybe do at least that product spotlight part, because that will help you with teaching and also just practice. And it's just us, so nothing to be nervous about. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for showing up for yourselves, for your businesses. I know that a bunch of us on the call, Janice, Kate, Mom, Tasha, Fraser, Kanan, Michael, Marcy will all be at the event this weekend on Oahu. But Maui peeps, Aisha and Keisha are holding it down. Friends in Fair class, 3 p.m. It was pretty successful this last weekend. Of course, we would love more people, but that space is gorgeous if you guys haven't been there. So please take advantage of that. We are on a trial run for that until the end of December. And as long as we see that people are getting butts in seats because we pay for that venue, we want to make sure that it's money well invested on the part of your leaders. So love you guys all. Appreciate you. We still have an entire week left of the month. So go out there and help change people's lives. We will see you guys next week. Good night. Oh, picture. Thank you, Tawny. Good job. Good job. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Yes, because we got a good crew tonight. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Anybody want a baby alive, kitchen, whatever, like come get it. Okay. All right. Forgot to take it to the yard sale. How did I forget that obnoxious thing? I don't know. Good night, you guys.